Well, crazy story coming out of Buffalo, because we're going to do this with the Buffalo Bills right now, too. So if we can grab those numbers, Anthony, that would be awesome. But Buffalo Bills offensive lineman Roger Saffold is
Yeah.
opening training camp on the non-football injury list after injuring his ribs in a car crash. The guy got in a car crash, and then Coach Sean McDermott announced that his status before the team's first training camp practice Sunday, saying the crash took place in the past couple of weeks, and the 34-year-old was at the opening session and is slated to be the team's starter at left guard when healthy. So I'm glad he's okay. I mean, car crashes are pretty scary stuff, but that's a team that I believe are the odds-on favorite, is the odds-on favorite to win the Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. And their over-under is sitting at 11.5 games. Okay, so Sean Levine, let's do this again with the Colts. How do you see them shaking out? Over, under 11.5 wins.
Yeah, first of all, you are correct. They are the favorite to win the Super Bowl. Right now, they're sitting at right about 6-1, followed by Tampa Bay, Kansas City, the Rams, Green Bay, and the Chargers. 11.5. So they got to win 12 games for me to cash my ticket at the window. Look, Buffalo's really good. And if I had to take any quarterback not named Patrick Mahomes, I think I would take Josh Allen. But all that being said, I think I'm going to play the unders. It feels like there might be.
That's what I'm doing.
There's a little bit too much love for Buffalo right now. I understand that they lost that quirky game to Kansas City, and ultimately if they would have won that one in the playoffs, they could have gone on and won the Super Bowl, but they didn't. And I wonder if that holds them back a little bit. Like, do they come out the gates hot? Do they come out the gates maybe remembering their last game from the season before? So I wouldn't be surprised if Buffalo gets off to like a 3-3 start. I'm curious to hear their actual schedule, but my inclination tells me that they're not going to win 12 games.
I'm with you. We're both taking the under, but if you remember from our last segment, or if you're just tuning into the show, we do this because sometimes our perception is off. My perception was off on the Colts. I thought easy money, over 9.5 wins. I did the math. We went through the schedule with the Colts. I had them at 9 wins, piece by piece, game by game. All right, so we were both choosing the under of 11.5 wins. Let's not let that make us have a bias when we go through these games. Let's just look at every game one by one. Week 1, they are in LA playing the Rams.
Goodness gracious. I want to pull up the line to see what that one is, the early line.
I'm giving them the win. I think it's a high-scoring contest. Love the over in that game, and I think they win.
I'm looking at the Rams by 1, the Super Bowl champions. As often as teams come off of a Super Bowl and they're hot, they also have that hangover. I think the Rams are one of those teams. I wouldn't be surprised the Rams got off to a little bit of a slow start. Give me Buffalo traveling across the country. Man, I can't decide on this one, Kev.
First game of the year. They're not even tired yet.
Give me Buffalo. Buffalo wins that game.
All right. Tennessee Titans in Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Yeah, I got to imagine. Okay, week 3, they are traveling to Miami. A lot of people in the AFC East, they struggle in Miami. But it's still, you know what? A lot of people struggle in Miami, I believe, later in the year because it's so hot. You're not used to that up in Buffalo. It's still pretty warm in Buffalo in September. So who do you got? The Dolphins versus the Bills.
Division opponent. I mean, they added Tyreek Hill. They had a really nice draft. I think that Miami's definitely taking a step forward. I think Miami wins that game.
All right. You got them 2-1. I got them at 3-0. All right. Baltimore Ravens, week 4 in Baltimore.
Man, Baltimore's hot garbage. Baltimore is an absolute mirage. I do not understand everybody's love for this football team. They weren't that good last year. Lamar Jackson is wildly overrated. Look at his numbers. Look at the eye test. They win like 6 or 7 games this year, and that is not one of them. Buffalo rolls them like a joint.
Just not on the air. Pittsburgh Steelers are traveling to Buffalo in week 5. Who do you got? Bills versus Steelers.
Yeah, that is frowned upon. Pittsburgh stinks too. They're going to get destroyed in that game. Indy wins that. I'm sorry, the Buffalo wins that one.
Week 6 against the Chiefs at Arrowhead.
Last year they came in the regular season and Buffalo came into Arrowhead and absolutely destroyed Kansas City early on, and then obviously the Chiefs gave it back to them in the playoffs. I'm here in Kansas City, man. I'm not going to bet against the Chiefs at the crib. Give me the Chiefs, although it's going to be a good game.
All right. Week 7, they are off. Week 8, they are at home against the Green Bay Packers.
Buffalo's not going to run the table at home. They're going to lose a game or two. And this is a division opponent where you might be able to argue that the other team has the better quarterback. Most of the time when you've got Josh Allen, you can always say, well, our quarterback's better than yours. Unless you're playing like Kansas City, Green Bay, maybe a couple of other teams, Give me Green Bay to pull off the slight upset on the road in Buffalo.
Interesting. I'm going to say they beat them. All right, New York Jets, week 9.
Oh, the Jets are terrible. Come on, bro. Who you kidding? Buffalo.
All right. Now, you're not giving any credit to Zach Wilson being improved. You're not giving any credit to they know each other. Nothing?
Nothing. Division opponent, Zach Wilson, Zach Wilson's mom's best friend. I don't care who's involved in this story. Buffalo wins the game.
All right. Minnesota Vikings, week 10, and this game is being played at home in Buffalo.
Yeah, the Vikings are going to struggle, I think, especially on the road. To me, at best, they end up going 500 this year. I think I saw their number at 8.5 wins. I'd probably play the unders on them. I don't like it when they travel, especially Kirk Cousins. So I'm going to take Buffalo at the crib.
Very cool. All right, Cleveland Browns, week 11, at home.
Man, Cleveland just makes me sick to talk about, and it's not even their fan base fault. It's the fact that they went out this offseason and decided to give Deshaun Watson the biggest guaranteed money in the history of football. So I'm not saying anything nice about the Cleveland Browns. Give me Buffalo.
Next week, Detroit Lions, Thanksgiving in Detroit.
Remember how I said there were like 5 or 6 teams that could have the number 1 overall pick? And then I said, I probably forgot 1 or 2. Detroit is one of them. I don't get it. There's a lot of people that think they're going to be better based on what? I didn't really see anything that they did in the offseason that made me go, all right, now that makes them a contender. Buffalo destroys them.
All right. Am I doing this right? Let me see. Yeah, we're good. All right. Next up, the New England Patriots in New England.
You know, that's the division opponent where I guess Buffalo's going to go into that game as like a 2 or 3 point favorite. It's going to be close, and ultimately, Bill Belichick, I think, pulls off the win at home. Like if New England has any hope of making the playoffs this year, they're going to have to pull off an upset or two like that at home. So I'll take New England, but I don't feel great about it.
Okay. Next up, Jets in Buffalo.
Yeah, again, the Jets are still as bad as they were 5 minutes ago. Buffalo.
See, I'm going to go upset alert late in the season. I'm going to give them that, and that's the first loss I have them losing is late in the season to the Jets.
Convince me then. Tell me. I mean, what is it?
I just think it's their second go at a team. You know them by that point. Hopefully, Zach Wilson has more confidence. Hopefully, they're clicking and clacking. Hopefully, that defense is doing what that defense is supposed to be doing. You know, there's a lot of hype at the sports books of buying into the Jets' Super Bowl futures. I just think that might be a game to look at in terms of late in the year. You've already won. I mean, if you're looking at it like I'm looking at them, they're undefeated heading into that game. Division opponent, you know, because at this point now, it really means something to beat this team. You know what I mean? So I have them losing to the Jets in week 14. Week 15, they are at home at home against the Dolphins. Who do you got there?
Real quick on the Jets. The only Jets bet anybody should be making this year is that they finish in last place again. I mean, we know Buffalo's going to win the division, right? Who's going to go second, third between New England and Miami? I don't know, but I know the Jets are going to finish in last. So let me look at that bet right now. You'd have to get minus. See, you can't even make any money on it. Vegas knows they're going to finish in last place too. Minus 200 right now for the Jets to finish in last place.
So weird.
You know, where's this one at? The second Miami game? It's in Miami?
Buffalo. It's in Buffalo.
Okay, give me Buffalo in that second round.
Okay, I'm going to go Miami.
I'm
going to go Miami because one of those, they're going to split that. They're going to split that. Okay, so now week 16, you got the Bears, and they're going to Chicago.
Bears are terrible, bro. Absolutely terrible. If you maybe bet a free $1 million, not my money, yours, because you got it, Kev, $1 million and said, who do you think is going to have the number 1 overall pick? The more research I do, it might be the Chicago Bears. That might be the worst roster from the top to the bottom. That might be the worst roster in the entire NFL. There's no reason you can point to them and say,
no.
Oh, no, that's like a borderline playoff team. You're lying.
Brutal. All right, week 17, Bengals in Cincinnati.
Are they wearing the white uniforms or the orange ones?
Dude, if it's white, it's over. If it's white, it's over.
Although
they're at home. Well, I guess you just got to flip it. Never mind. Yeah.
Give me the Bengals in that one. Give me the Bengals. Bengals aren't getting enough preseason love.
I agree. And then you have the Patriots in Buffalo week 18.
Yeah, Buffalo wins that one. Last game of the season.
Wow, I think that's interesting. So now let's see how this is all shook out.
This is going to be close. What was their over-under, 11.5?
11.5. I have them winning 13 games, going 13-4. So once again, I was wrong on my perception. I thought it was under. Sean Levine has them at 12 games, so he was wrong too. He's got them 12-5. I've got them 13-4. So I don't know. To me, that's a pretty safe bet of going over on 11.5 games for the Bills. I mean, they'd have to mess up some games, dude. They really would have to mess up some games when two different independent handicappers or, sports analysts, whatever you want to call us, right? An amusement park junkie and a guy from a trailer park